Hello and welcome. It's Sunday the 15th of October and I have a 2-card reading for you. I'm going to do 2 different packs though, and I'm going to do oracle cards today. So I've got my chakra oracle cards and I've got my energy oracle cards. So let's see if they can give us a little bit of clarity about how we're feeling after that very powerful new moon in Libra solar eclipse. Let's see what they've got to say for us. Okay. Here is our first card. Despondence. Okay, despondence. So I'm looking at these 2 ladies and I'm really drawn to looking at this one. She seems lower down for some reason. I'm not quite sure why this lady's she seems like on maybe a pedestal, or she's higher up. But there's very much the idea of these 2 not getting along, but this person seems blissfully unaware of it. Now, when you actually look at her head, I don't know if you can see that, there's like greyness coming out of it and a beautiful purple around it, and then she's got this world in her tummy. I kind of feel like that's how we get when we suddenly realise that there's stuff we need to let go of, get rid of. It all goes out of our heads and we start tapping into our earth energy. So becoming a little bit more connected with the world. When that happens, we tend to level up a little bit. And the people that hasn't happened to suddenly seem literally like this on a different level. And that can be the bad side maybe, or the negative side of having these amazing moments when we completely realise our path, what we need to do, if we've suddenly made decisions to make our life better, or let certain aspects of our life we know we've outgrown. That can be people, jobs, relationships, even where we live, you know. It's that, no, this all needs to go. This lady seems to be purging and very much caught up in her own stuff while she does that. And this one looks just quite angry about it, quite annoyed. So which one are you? Which one are you? Are you this lady here that's doing all this inner work and getting rid of whatever doesn't serve her, including maybe some people? Or are you this person that is working out that somebody in your life has moved on and you haven't got a place in their life in some way? And again, that can happen when a friend or colleague hands their notice in at work. It can be if your children or parents or, you know, any family member are going through some stuff and changing, obviously changing, and you don't quite recognise them anymore. Or it could just be, you know, you realising these people are moving on and I'm stuck. Why am I stuck? Why do I feel like I don't belong? There can be an uncomfortableness around this. And I think it's really important to know that, you know, sometimes when we're looking at tarot readings, oracle card readings, it's all because we know stuff's going on with us. But sometimes we want to know what's going on with other people and why they're not responding to us, why they're not on the same level as us. And we get quite hurt and caught up with ourselves that it's all about me and it's because that person doesn't love me or doesn't care about me anymore. And that's not the case. Everybody just has got their own stuff. You can't take things personally if people are going for a massive shift in their own life. You can't take things personally. And similarly, if you're doing something, you have to, the people around you have to not take it personally as well. And if they do, you then don't get affected by that. So I really do feel like this is symbolising when we're not quite connecting with people. And that's okay. That is okay. You know, and I guess I'm going to pick another card now to go with this. But, you know, sometimes when people get married, for instance, you know, that's a massive commitment, isn't it? To stay with somebody for the rest of your life. You know, legally binding contract to say that I have to. You know, that's my opinion of marriage is probably not everybody's. But marriage, you know, partnerships, you both evolve on different levels, and sometimes there are times when you just don't get each other. And I guess that the symbol of a good partnership, good marriage, or, you know, if you're not married, you live together like I do with my partner, is allowing each other to grow and be okay with the fact that sometimes they're growing and you're not, you're growing and they're not, and allowing each other to do that is a very, very difficult thing, but also the loveliest thing you can do, you know? So it's food for thought, isn't it? We can't just, you know, be exactly the same people we are. If you get married at 20 and you're still with the same person at 50, there's must have been times when you've grown and they haven't, or vice versa. And so that's, I guess that's the secret of a good partnership, maybe a bit of compromise, a bit of understanding and a bit of compassion when people are each other's going through things. Right, okay, well, there you go. We've got attachment. So again, I feel this is, yesterday we had the 10 of Cups, didn't we? Couldn't have gotten more joyful cards. And it was very much about seeing what you want out of your life and how you're going to get it. So I guess this is the flip side to that, facing up to, well, for me to be happy, I need to do this, or for me to be happy, I need to accept that that person has to go off. I do feel like this is very much centering around relationships. And I think it is very telling. Why do we get upset when somebody disappears out of our life? Or why is it upsetting when relationships kind of go apart? It is part of human nature, obviously, to feel that. But I'm really drawn with this attachment card here. She's wearing a mask. She's pretending, you know, when we wear a mask, we're not really being true to ourselves, which is why we've got this really grey background. Ties in here with this greyness, doesn't it? The only way this lady's going to get some colourful joyfulness back in her life and feel connected to the universe if she allows this greyness to depart out of her mind. And here it is. It's that wearing the mask, pretending you're fine when you're not. Pretending a relationship's fine when it's not. And, you know, we do work really hard, don't we, to try and pretend to everybody that we're, you know, having the best life. That's social media for you. But we're not. You know, sometimes we're really not. And I think if we took our masks off and were very honest with ourselves, that's a massive step forward to gaining this kind of clarity. But it does mean that things fall, doesn't it? And if you actually look at this lady, I don't know if you, I think you can just about make it up. She's chained. She's chained to a way of life. She's chained to maybe a relationship that she's flogging the guts out, trying to make it work. It might be a job. We think, oh, I can't do this another 30 years of my life, you know. Who knows what it is. But it's that idea of when you take your mask off, when you're very honest with what you really want, when you connect with your soul, we have the opportunity to have this beautiful, uplifting energy surrounding us. But, and I think this is something that I got last year with some particularly difficult relationships, but I got the fact that not everybody gets that this lifetime. So some of us evolve and some of us come back and do our little human stint and they don't evolve. And it's understanding that there are people in my life that I thought, no, you're never, ever gonna take your mask off, evolve. There'll always be a controlling person. There'll always be somebody that's very caught up in themselves. Nothing I can do about that. When we awaken and we move up spiritually, we want it for the people that we love. We want everybody to feel this beautiful feeling. And some of them just aren't there. Some of them just will always be this angry, sulky person getting the ump in the corner. We all know one, don't we? Every family's got one. But, you know, jokes aside, some people, just because they might be your partner, they might be related to you, doesn't mean they've got this drive within them to evolve like you have. And, you know, they might be older than you, but actually in the karmic cycle, they might have a lot more to learn than you have. You might be the one in your family that's seen as the black sheep, or the one that's a little bit odd, because you're the one who's needing to level up and break the generational karmic cycles in your family. To do that, you have got to be attached, and it's hard work, but you're doing it for your future generations. You're doing it for the universe. You're doing it for the world. So, you know the bigger picture. Some people don't. It's a big message, and it's a big wake-up call, because then we start seeing people in that like-minded way. Are they awakening? Are they evolving? Or are they just going to sit forever like that? And if they are, there's not a lot you can do about it. But what you can do is make sure you're not one of them, I guess. So there we go. Quite a deep message there. But I hope it's helped you. I hope it's helped you gather some kind of ideas for what you want to do through this eclipse season. Don't forget, it kind of we've just had the solar eclipse, we've got the lunar eclipse in a couple of weeks. I'm not going to keep going on and on about it. We all know it's there, but you might be feeling a lot of strange stuff shifting out, but it's all for the higher good, I promise. All right, have a lovely day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.